Hello people of Earth watching my video. Trash Kid 63 here, and I'm going to be doing a huge cart update for you guys. You may have seen the other part where I showed my carts in my storage unit. This is a little different. So yeah, let's get started. So first up we have this WMX 96 gallon EVR1. It's got kind of a low serial number. It's K0837. So I don't know, I just thought that was really cool. Yeah, there's a lot of different letters. I think there's K, there's probably J, might be L, who knows what else. But this one's kind of faded on top. And you can see the top, it had a WMX sticker on it at one point. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Logo is right there. Next I have this 96 gallon blue Cascade from Waste Management. This is gosh, what is it? It's not the Icon series because those ones are all square on the sides, and inside this one is more round. I think it's like a S series or something like that. It's a little bit different, but they only have the 96 gallon in the series. Lid's kind of messed up here. It has a Waste Management sticker. It's faded away. This cart, I can't really tell the date on it. It has all of these dials here. In the middle it says 05 and 06 for the last two. It says 01 for that one. So I think that might be the warranty for it. I'm not exactly sure what that means as far as when the cart was made. It's kind of a crack back there. I love Cascades that have the hook on the lid for whatever reason that is. So yeah, it's pretty cool. This may or may not be the original lid too, because the lid here is flat, but as far as I know, the ones that come with these kind of features on the sides, the lids have two sort of, I don't know, handles that go like this, and then it's like flat right here. Anyway, next I have two 95 gallon Auto Classics. The first one says property of disposal company on it. Somewhat of a low serial number. I think almost all of the Auto Classics say G952 on them from the North Bay. As far as it's garbage, 95 is the capacity, and then 2 is probably the color they ordered, because now that I think about it, I think yard waste, the green ones are 1, these are 2, and one over there says 3. Anyway, let's see, this one was made in December of 2002. It's got the Auto logo right here, and like typical North Bay carts, has the European style lip. This one's a little cracked here, I just noticed. But yeah, also I just realized the Auto Industries mold faces this way on the gray one, but it faces the other way on the blue one. So I guess it depends on if you're loading the cart or rolling it. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. This one has the Auto logo on it. This one doesn't. The fronts of these are kind of different, even though they're the same container. This one has the Auto logo here, and then the tipper bar here is flat. And then this one is curved, kind of like an Auto Millennium, and it doesn't have the Auto logo on the front. Both styles are pretty standard for the North Bay. This one actually has their logo on it, which is super dope. I used to have a cart just like this when I was growing up, and I think this one was made in the same year, 2007. Let me see. No, this one was made in June or July of 06. So it's kind of cracked back there. One of the wheels is a little bit messed up too. Can't really see, but there you go. You can see the axle that's sticking out there is because the wheel is cracked off. Anyway, it also has the European style lip tipper up front. All of the blue ones and all of the gray ones from the North Bay are like that. The only kind that have the American style here that are 95 gallon are the green ones, which is not very common. And those weren't even, I don't think they even ordered those when those were made. So speaking of old carts, this next one is a red WMX Cascade with white walls on it. That's pretty dope. I love the logo here. As you can see, the top's pretty faded. It's got a metal bar there. It's not fiberglass. Serial code. Let me see. This one doesn't have anything indicating the date on it. It's on the lid. As far as the bottom of the card, I don't want to tip it over right now and look. But if anybody knows when the logo changed for Waste Management, that would be great. If you could comment that and let me know. All right, next I have two Republic Services SSI Schaefers. Kind of unsure of what series they are. I know that they're newer though. So you can see it has the company name right there, and this one has the green organic sticker on it. This one doesn't, so I imagine it was probably for trash. It says no hot ashes, and it's kind of engraved in the lid here. And here it looks like it was more hot stamped on. So yeah, these are from, let me see. What is it? I think it's, yeah, Contra Costa County. So this is the logo on the green one. It says organics on the side, the Republic Services logo and phone number kind of small. And then it says under contract with Recycle Smart. Maybe that's why. This one was made in 2015, I think. October. It has two little date dials on it. Let me see. Right here. 10 of 15. Pretty sure that's what that means. So yeah, interesting as the classic Schaefer handles here and the arrangement here. I like these wheels. I know they probably came with the cart and they're newer, but they remind me of, like, you know, sometimes you might see WMX carts that don't have white walls. They're just plain black wheels, and they sort of look like this, you know, like, where did it go? Sort of like WMX toter wheels. Like that. Just bigger. The way the spokes are kind of rounded. I don't know. It reminds me of Oreos. Anyway, it's like a giant Oreo for a wheel. But speaking of wheels, this one does not have any, which is unfortunate. This one I think was made in 2014. No, 2016. It doesn't have a tipper bar either. It's kind of just a bare cart. Not bear proof though. Anyway, we got another WMX 96 gallon toter. This one just has a tipper bar in the front. Serial numbers are a little so yeah, anyway, I just thought the serial numbers were kind of similar. This one's K081307. The other one is K080037. So it's kind of like the same numbers. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of lucky there, I guess. Yeah, so those are pretty dope carts. I've always liked seeing these carts around. I remember when, like, they were super common. You know, everyone either had one of these or a turnkey, and then an auto millennium that was blue, and 64 gray Cascade for garbage. These are for yard waste. So there's those. Next I have a 95 Auto Edge with a European tipper and a plastic bar. Those are fairly I don't know, they're not the most common. And then it has the closed spokes wheels. Some of them have open spokes wheels. You know, there's a lot of different combos with them as far as that goes. And because the North Bay would, you know, repair carts all the time and pass them back out, I've also seen a couple of these with, like, auto classic wheels, you know, like the 10-inch ones, the ones that are a size bigger, and they kind of stick out and they look funny, but I love it. So yeah, this one is solid blue. Sometimes they would have them in gray, and then there would be a green or a blue lid. They didn't have 95 all gray ones. Let's see, this one was made in September of 2008. You know, actually, I always loved garbage trucks as a kid, but something that's really funny to know is I was at my school one day and I saw that they had new recycle bins that school year, and they had 2 of these, and those ones had plastic bars like this, but they had the American style tipper, and they had so but they had the American style tipper, and they had clear spoked wheels, you know, like there was like spaces in between them. And I saw that this was like called the Auto Edge, and I knew that the classics were made by Auto, but I didn't know they had like a model name too. I knew the make but not the model. But I went up to them and then I saw this on it, and I saw there was a website, and I was like, what? Oh my god, because I never knew how to, you know, look up stuff on carts, and I was so excited, and I did that. And they had a bunch of videos on there, and that got me onto YouTube. It opened in another page, and I saw a whole bunch of videos, like garbage truck compilations, like way back in 2011, 2010 maybe. Yeah, that's when it was. And I would just watch it over and over. So it was super dope. Anyway, this cart's dope. Has really cool pins too. They have the Auto logo here. Yeah, these are really quiet when they roll, which is cool. I know you guys probably have seen me walk by this a couple of times, and I just wanted to put it in the video. I have 2 rooters. This one is a 95 gallon. I kind of like consider these more like turnkeys because of the way they're shaped. They're just so fucking awesome. These things are like from the 80s. The lid, the way it's stacked, it reminds me of like somebody taking a can of whipped cream and going that's what I would always think of as a kid. It's supposed to have a metal handle here that's kind of just like a rectangle that goes up, and then it has the original wheels here. They don't have the caps on them, so they kind of can slide off, but I'm gonna work on that. Yeah, the handle to this broke off, so it needs another bolt there, and it needs another piece of metal. I actually have a piece of metal in this 35 gallon Cascade. It's got like a whole bunch of parts in there. I don't see it now. Is that it? No. Yeah, I don't know where it went. It should be in here somewhere. Was the last time I remember seeing it. But yeah, I have one of these too. It's not super uncommon. Just a typical 35 gray Cascade from Waste Management. This, on the other hand, is legendary. These rooters, like I said, are super old. The North Bay used them for yard waste. I'm not sure what they were before that, if they were trash or yard waste. They belong to Waste Management though. I've seen people be like, oh, are these from LA? And no, because it says Empire Waste Management there. But that's such a... You can't really see it that well on this cart. You kind of can. That's better. But yeah, no, that's such a unique logo, and this one has it too, right on the front there. So I don't know where these are from, or when that is from, and why it looks like that and not, you know, like this or like this. But yeah, shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you can tell they made these just by kind of plastic welding or molding 2 halves together, and it's cracked right in the back there, right down the middle, and I think that that's kind of hilarious. It's a bit of a shame, but it's just hilarious to me. And then this one doesn't have wheels, and it doesn't really have a spot for an axle, and there's like holes drilled in the bottom, so I don't know if these are just built like that, because as you can see, they're literally just like bolts and bones, nuts and bolts. But I'm gonna have to get something to repair that. It still has the handle, which is awesome. It's got bolts here for like a lid weight. You can see there. It's got all kinds of grip marks on it, probably from F7000s and other things. This one piece of plastic is probably like, God, like what, 35 years old? Maybe at the most. Super heavy, just plastic can, you know? It reminds me of those like yellow things you see on the construction barriers on the freeways that are like full of sand and asphalt. Reminds me of that. Here's another close-up of the North Bay yard waste or yard debris sticker. They used to put these on everything. They didn't last that long. Next, I have 3 green waste re-rigs, 65 gallons. As you can see here. This one is the no toxic sticker. I think that's from the North Bay, as you can see. This cartoon style was their cartoon style back in the day. Like they had ads in the phone book that were like 4 pages long on what to recycle, and they all had that kind of animation. So this was their thing. You'd see a lot of 64 gray Cascades from Waste Management with this on it. It was go on all their, I think, non-branded garbage carts. So yeah, this one is for solid waste, recycling, yard waste. This one has a really low serial number. Look at that. I mean, that one is 37 down there. That's pretty amazing. You know, it's just the fact that there's a whole bunch of different you know, series of them. There's J, there's probably K9 or K whatever, you know. But yeah, so this one just has a really low serial number. These two are just kind of there, you know. It says 65 for 65 gallons. They all they all have toter wheels, believe it or not. Rear rigs, at least 64 gallon universal rear rigs. I'm sure the metal bar ones too, because they're pretty much the same. They are compatible with toter wheels. I think this is an axle for a 64 gallon EVR2, but they're all the same size axle. It fits perfectly. They roll really nicely, as a matter of fact. It's just fine. It's just fine. And all of these are made in 2005. I've noticed all the green waste recovery rear rigs around here, they're made in 2005. And it's like towards the end of 2005, so I believe probably at the very beginning of 2006, Green Waste took over in Petaluma and started taking care of their carts, because these are all over Petaluma. And apparently that's where they're from. And then I remember when I visited the cart yard in 2011, I started seeing these pop up in Santa Rosa around that time. Probably a little bit before, I just hadn't really noticed. But I started seeing them pop up, and I was like, where are these coming from? And they were already a little bit sort of in circulation, but now you'll see them just about anywhere. So yeah, those are really cool. I've always liked them, and especially I love the rear rig universals. My favorite rear rig probably has to be the 95 universal. There's like one of those left around here, and it's from WMX, and it's like the color of this. It's probably the same exact color, but it doesn't have any logos on it, and it has these circular things on the side, or like that, and it has a screen on it for the yard waste to breathe. So I saw one a couple of weeks ago in front of somebody's house, and one of the wheels was all busted. It was like missing a wheel, and I was like, holy shit. They had like all WMX carts too, and I was like, wow, you fucking lived there a long time. Anyhow, next I have 3 Auto Classics. They all say Property Disposal Company on them. These green ones right here, I'll actually show you this one too. green 65 Auto Classic is probably one of the most rare ones out there. You know, I didn't really knew they existed for a while when I was a kid, but the first time I saw one, I was like, no way, that, like, it has to be blue. It just must have gone by really fast. But no, they actually make these. They're super uncommon. Some of them actually, you know, I used to think that they just had stamps that look like this, but some of them actually say property of disposal company on 2 lines, not 4. This one was made in August of 2001. So yeah, these were probably ordered at the beginning of, you know, when they took over in 2002, but, you know, not a lot of people ordered them. So they just didn't get passed around that much, and they probably stuck around the yard for a long time. But yeah, some of them also didn't have any hot stamps at all. And some of them had those little circle things that I was talking about that are like this, and they have a plastic screen on them so the yard waste can breathe. So some of those have those. You'll see those on 95 Auto Classics that are green as well sometimes. So yeah, I love these carts. This one says recyclables only. It was made in July of 2002. What's funny is I actually saw one of these one time, sorry to interrupt, but it had yard waste only, and it was plastically molded on there, not hot stamped. So some of them are like that. I think on the gray ones and the green ones, sometimes you'll see lids like that, but probably, I don't think I've seen that on the blue ones. The same story I told with these blue Auto Classics, the 65s, you know, they were probably ordered at the beginning, but they weren't passed around that much. This one is also made in July of 2002. I don't know if you can see. There. So yeah, it has auto logos there. It doesn't have anything that tells me when the cart was made, but I know when the lid was made, so. This one is in excellent shape. It's got a crack there, but these would get sun faded and just fall apart hella quickly. So there's not that many of them left going around. And then we have another 65 Auto Classic. This one has the American tipper instead of the European tipper, like these. Most of the gray ones around here have the European tipper. There's a lot of varieties too. Some of them have, you know, 2-line stamps instead of 4-line stamps. Some of them don't have a stamp at all. You know, some of them have the spoked wheels. Some of them have solid wheels. This one was made in October of 2005. You can see right there. Here you can't. There we go. So yeah, they only ordered plastic tipper bars from Auto. The only carts that I've seen with metal ones are the Auto Edges. So some of them have them like that. But I don't know, I always just love the American tippers. These were super cool. You know, I never knew that they ordered the American tipper carts back in 2005. I never saw that, so I don't know if this cart is from then too, or the lid. I'm actually going to tip this over and find out, because I'm getting curious. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. It just says patent number, recycling 2. Nothing on the back of here. So it's weird. It's weird. Next, I have these 30-gallon carts. Stay there. Next, I have these 30-gallon carts. First, I have a 32 Auto Classic. Yeah, 32 Auto Classic. Stamps are in great condition. Sometimes they would say North Bay on them, like this blue one. Sometimes they'd say North Bay. Sometimes they'd have 2-line stamps. There's no blank ones running around that I know of. Like, I've never seen one that's like an order that's probably experimental from Auto, because I imagine that's what some of them are from. The blank ones, if they're blank, they usually have, like, if they're original, they have like Auto wheels, like I don't know, they're all decked out with Auto gear, and they have treaded rubber, and like they're really high class. Anyway, this Auto Classic was made in September of 2010. They ordered these for a long time. These were standard. Most people had 65-gallon carts at that time. I think now the average is 32-gallon, and that happened around 2010. But before that, 64-gallon was the size most people had around here in the 2000s. So yeah, this next one says Larry's Sanitary Service. These carts are super fun to carry. If I see a Schaefer wheelie bin around here that's gray, I would assume it was from them. In my storage unit, I have some of them that say Cloverdale Disposal Service, and I never knew that was a company until now, but it is. So, as you can see, it has the no toxic sticker from the North Bay, and then the serial number kind of came through. I don't know if that happened just over time or what, but yeah, it says SSI Schaefer here. This one was made in '92. It's full of wheels, auto and toter wheels. It's got a crack there in the front. But yeah, super dope cart. Super dope. Love it. I actually have a video of me repairing a cart just like this at the cart yard. If you want, I think it's called Repairing a Schaefer. Anyway. Next, Property Disposal Company 32 toter. I switched the lid on it. I've got another one of these lids. These are not from Ecology and they're not from the North Bay, so they're a dark shade of blue, but the lid on this one is hella cracked. It's at my storage unit right now. It is kind of cracked in the back. It's not hella cracked, but it's kind of cracked. So I got this one a new lid. It sucks because the top is faded, so it looks just so mismatched. It's missing wheels though, but I have wheels and stuff, so I'm gonna take care of that. I've already been over this Auto Classic kind of. I'm gonna see when this one was made. August of 2001, not 2010, 2001. Okay, so this is a very uncommon cart to find, as well as this one, and it's one of my favorites. This is a 64 EVR1 from Property Disposal Company. These were ordered in green and gray, and I first saw these, I think, in 2007 and 8. You know, let me see. This one was made in, oh, does that say 2015? It starts with a 1. I can't really see it. It's right there. It starts with a 1, but it's scratched out. But I think it says 5 on it. I think it's 2015. Looks like it. But I love these carts so much. This is probably one of my favorite carts, 64-gallon EVR ones. And I love old toters too, so I don't know. These are always my thing. Love it. And then over here we have a 64 blue recycling waste management cascade. This sticker is all faded, but I'm pretty sure it's from waste management. You can see it's Mixel recyclables here. You can kind of see the remainder of that. The tops here are sunburned and the top here isn't. This is part of the lid. This is the cart, so I imagine this is not the original lid. North Bay probably came and repaired it, even though it got nicked there. This has this compost bin in it. The North Bay passed out. It was made in 2009. That was when they started passing these out. They were like, okay guys, you can put, food scraps from your kitchen in your yard waste. And I never knew that you could do that as a kid. So it says Sonoma compost there. It would have had a North Bay sticker on there that said what to put in there. I had one of these growing up. It was really clean too. I remember them being darker, but maybe it was just because mine was hella gross. Lid is in good shape. I don't remember who made these. Oh, here we go. Morseman Plastics Limited. Huh. Okay. Yeah, these are super dope. I have, it's like cascade wheels in here. for whatever reason. Sorry I keep covering up the camera. And a low serial number there too. Okay, so now I'm gonna walk you guys over to this side. Rooter, Cascade, Rooter. Take a look at these last few carts, these 30-gallon carts. So this is a 35-gallon green waste recovery rig. It was made in 2005, just like the 60-gallon ones. A little bit bent out of shape. It's a universal, it's got the plastic bar. Metal bar ones in the back. This indent will usually be like this thin and it'll go like up to here. So there's that. Next I have a 32-gallon WMX toter with a metal bar. Some of them have the metal bar molds in them, some of them don't. This is a first generation. It's missing a wheel, but it has one wheel here. This is different than my wheels on the ones with the storage unit. Those ones have the spokes wheels, kind of just like a regular toter. Actually, I was gonna say they kind of look like mini versions of this, but they don't. They look more like mini versions of. There's not really a good example right now, but yeah, it's sort of like that. It's more like the second generation toter wheels. Solid spokes, and they don't have the rim out there. But I always call those ones Oreo wheels because they remind me of Oreos, and I call these ones construction wheels because they just look like weird and like at a construction site. But yeah, there's the logo. There's the sirens in the background. Would have said Empire Waste Management there. I love these fucking carts. This one was made in '92, and the lids for these are really fucking heavy. It's got a crinkle there, but they're just so like they're double walled and they're just fucking like they're heavy. You know, that's what it's like with old totes. New ones, it's like, what is this, a feather? Anyway, next I have two of these Auto Evolutions. These are super rare. It just fucking so happens that I have 3 of them right now. 1 in my storage unit, 2 here. None of them have tipper bars, which is sad, but they're still fucking dope ass carts. This one's cleaner. Let me see, is there a date stamp on there? No, there isn't. Not on the lid. There's the Auto logo here, sticker there. These are from the North Bay. Got serial numbers in the back. I just love these carts. Fucking love them. Next, I have another 35 Cascade. This one has no wheels and no tipper bar. It's kind of just here. Kind of looking to get rid of this one. And then another 32 Auto Classic. This one also has a nice stamps on it. This one was made in 2009. Look at that. It's all big right there. It's all 2009. I don't know. Really felt like 2009 when I looked at that. I don't know. This one has a patent number right here, which is weird. Must be a 2009 thing. But yeah, that is the last cart. These are all my fucking carts. This is really dope sharing with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. So my carts are currently here, but if you guys are interested in like taking any of these, that'd be great. You know, just hit me up. If you're interested in any of them, just let me know. All right. Peace out, guys. Stay tuned for more.